there, this is Teacher Podcast episode 323, last 5 meanings you should know. You read English, you understand English, you've been learning for years, but when it's time to speak, your mind just freezes and the words don't come out. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. My name is Ola and this is Teacher Podcast. I'm here to help you finally speak out loud. This isn't about perfect grammar or fancy vocabulary. This is about your voice, your words, your real English. Do you ever feel that English tenses are your biggest enemy? You know the rules, you've learned them, and yet when it's time to speak, you freeze, hesitate, guess, or in the worst case scenario, you choose to stay silent and just to avoid making mistakes. Here's the truth that no one told you. Your problems with English tenses do not come from lack of knowledge or poor learning habits. They come from your first language. Polish and English are built on completely different ideas about time, action, and experience. Some concepts that are obvious in English simply don't exist in Polish, or they exist in a totally different form. In my newest free webinar, English Tenses versus Poles, Angielskie Czasy versus Polacy, I'll show you why we struggle with choosing tenses, even at higher levels, which English time concepts clash most with Polish thinking, why grammar rules alone don't help you speak, and how to stop translating in your head and start feeling the tenses, and what really needs to change in your perspective to finally feel fluent while speaking. February the 1st, free live webinar Angielskie Czasy versus Polacy. Save your spot and join me there. Sign up at teacherola.com/Polacy. Okay, time to learn something or refresh something you already know. Let's go! The word last looks simple, but it quietly does a lot of work in English. We use it every day and we often do it without realizing how many different ideas are hiding behind this one short word. In this episode, I'm taking 7 very natural uses of last that show up in real conversations, stories, and everyday life, and I'll show you how people actually use them so you can start using them with confidence too. First one, last meaning the final one in a sequence. This is the most basic and very practical meaning. You use it when something is number 1 from the end and there is literally nothing after it. It's useful in everyday situations, transport, food, lists, tasks, everything. If you say, we took the last train home, everyone understands there were no more trains after that one. Another one, I took the last piece of chocolate. Second one, the last meaning the least likely. This one is great for emphasis and a bit of drama. You use it when you want to say that someone really does not fit a description or behavior at all. It often sounds defensive or ironic. For example, he's the last person I'd ask about relationship advice. But it can also be a compliment, like in this example. They're the last people to waste money. Third one, at last or at long last. Use this when something finally happens after waiting, trying, or struggling for some time. It shows relief. It fits stories, complaints, and happy endings. A natural example would be, at long last, I passed my driving test. Or, at last, she told him the truth. Fourth one, from first to last. This phrase is perfect when you want to talk about the whole experience without breaks from beginning to end. You often hear it in reviews or opinions. For instance, the book kept me interested from first to last. Or I followed the plan from first to last. Fifth one, last for or last until. And here we move into the verb. This is about duration, about how long something continues. It's extremely useful for plans, offers, events, all sorts of things really. You might say, the workshop lasts for 2 hours, or the meeting lasted until late evening. Sixth one, last meaning to continue to exist or function well. This is about whether something will keep going. People often use it when talking about products, trends, even relationships, anything really. Again, very useful phrase. A very natural sentence would be, these cheap headphones won't last. Or these shoes will last forever. Seventh one, last meaning to survive or cope with difficulty. This is emotional, and you use it when something is hard or you're not sure how long someone can handle it. It fits work, stress, pressure, physical effort as well. For example, I don't think I'll last much longer in this job. They barely lasted the final exam period. It was so hard. They barely survived. Okay, so since we've got all 7 meanings I promised, let's now recap, practice, and say things out loud. Now I need you to say the sentences out loud after me, so listen carefully and repeat out loud. Here we go. We took the last train home. He's the last person I'd ask for relationship advice. They're the last people to waste money. At long last, I passed my driving test. At the last, she told him the truth. I followed the plan from first to last. The workshop lasts for 2 hours. The meeting lasted until late evening. These cheap headphones won't last. I don't think I'll last much longer in this job. And that's a quick wrap-up of episode 323. If today's episode made you think a bit more about how English really works under the surface, I'd love to invite you to my upcoming webinar, English Tenses versus Poles, Angielskie Czasy versus Polacy. We'll look at some most common tense mistakes Polish learners make specifically, where they actually come from, and why choosing the right tense feels so difficult in the first place. Just a short, practical session that helps you finally connect the dots. The webinar takes place on Sunday, the 1st of February at 8 p.m. It's Sunday again. So you can sign up at teacherola.com/Polacy. And that's all from me for now. Don't forget to head to teacherola.com/323 and grab your free worksheet. It'll help you revise the key phrases from this episode, all 7 meanings of the word last. And if you want to work on your speaking regularly, new groups are forming inside my Voice Loop program. You can check all the details and sign up at teacherola.com/grupy. Thank you so much for listening, for watching, and stay fearless. Take care, say it out loud. I'm your teacher, Teacher Ola, and you've been listening to Teacher Ola podcast on YouTube. Thanks again. Bye-bye.